Oh, that's right. We are live. We are live. We are happening. We are doing one of our fun and fancy streams here on StreamYard. I'm going to go grab this link right here and pop it into the Twitskers. Twitter. Boom. Twitter.com. Hey, I said, hey, come and join the conversation. Boom. Oh man, I sure know how to spell. That said conversion. Boom. Come and join. My typing is so fucking good. My typing is so better than yours, John Malin. We love John Malin. We love John Malin like we love bacon. His love is better than ice cream, is what Sarah McLachlan told the world. Also, we are going to grab the link from YouTube here. YouTube. Our good friend Michael Green told me this is what you should do, man. Grab your link and put it in. So there is the clapback, the after stream. Grab your link. There we go. I'm going to turn that down so I don't have to hear myself. Kapow. There it is. Have fun, I say, exclamation point. Boom. There's that one. Boom. That goes there. Not the best headline. I'm not really writing the best headlines for Twitter right now. But there it is. There it is right there in the stream on both Twitters. And then I'm going to go into Facebook right now. Facebook. And then I put that there in Facebook. And then I hit post. And then what I'm going to do, this is going to be the fun stuff. Look at me being all cool and tech-like. Not really. This is so sloppy. This is the sloppiest shit ever. I popped that in the comments on Facebook. And this is like some drop shit. They're like, I don't even know what he means by have some fun, I say. I want to tell you guys about something really cool. I was just on that Umbrella Guy show, and I got to see a little peek at his comic and his upcoming comic that he's got called Another Case for the Little Umbrella. He's going to be launching it on May 15th, which also happens to be his birthday. We want to say a happy birthday to him. We definitely want to sign up for this list. It says sign up now and add an exclusive trading card to purchases. So that means it helps you to have that incentive to get that trading card. I think that's a great idea. I didn't do that. I said, here's a free PDF, and I gave it to you. And I gave you some free hip hop, if you call it that, and gave you a fresh new song called Nike That, which is a motivational song. If you missed out on that and didn't sign up for my mailing list, that's okay. You're in luck, late comer to the party. The party's still jamming, and we're doing Gravity Bong hits in the description of this video. You can go and grab all of those things. The PDF, I do this thing. I was telling my wife I saw these videos where these girls were clapping, and then the dudes were like clapping back because they didn't understand. But if you want to go and get the PDF to the original Black Flag, 1995 Black Flag series for free, 5 issues, absolutely free, no obligation. The link is in the description, as well as the link to the 1994 Fragaboom mixtape featuring the Fragaboom song, as well as the Nike That single, which will be part of one of the new perks that'll be coming up, an exclusive pair of Black Flag sneakers hand-drawn by myself. And then last but not least, because of Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, I was feeling mad generous and decided here are 5 issues of the Gearstation, which is another one of those ideas that popped out of my dome piece. But yeah, definitely take a look at Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella, coming to you from that Umbrella Guy. Really cool dude. I love his take on things. And big hail to everybody in the chat. Hail CG. Hail all my compadres. We got 48 people here. I'm going to drop the link in the chat in a second, but here's my question for you guys. Did you enjoy the Mike Mignola interview? Did you enjoy the questions? Because those are the questions I ask everybody. There were a few, in fact, he asked that I strike off the list. He found them to be silly. Some people don't. Some people like them. Some people find them silly. But hopefully you really enjoyed that Mike Mignola interview. Really great guy. Not on this stream today, but one of my streams we will be going through his Cosmic Odyssey pencils. Let's welcome, hopefully I'm saying it right, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Welcome. Is it Denali?
Yep, Denali. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Denali, how are you, man? Welcome to the Couch Doodle Show. This is your first appearance.
Yep.
And chat, welcome, Denali. How are you this fine Monday?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm breathing. I'm still
That's
alive.
Good. That's good. That's
Always
good, man.
a silver lining and everything.
Yeah, who's the character in your icon? He's cool looking.
It's called the Immortal Mask, and it's my original IP.
Excellent. What are you doing with it? Are you working on it now?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. And I'm right now just getting people to sign up for the newsletter as I'm ramping up for a Kickstarter crowdfunding.
Awesome. Do you want to share your screen so people can see where we can get it? Or here's a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Copy and paste it into the private chat, and I will copy paste it right into the comments so people can check it out. There it is, Denali's.com.
Yep.
All right, so I'm popping that into this. You're getting some hails, my man. They're giving you some love. This is where you guys can sign up. And then here's your screen. I'm going to add your screen to the stream. Look at that, man.
Yep. This is my lobby card. Yep. Lobby card. And this is interior art.
Gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Great logo, too. Really nice colors. Are you doing everything? Or are you, where, this is your IP. What is your role?
My role was writing it and overseeing the whole thing.
Okay.
So I have my team who's working on layouts, inking, and coloring, and I'm doing final say. So I'm talking to the layout person, seeing how they're adapting my script, talking to the inker, and then talking to the colorist.
Yeah. So, we had a question from the chat. No hate, just curious. They're saying Kickstarter. Why not use Indiegogo? And people are curious because to some people there might be a competition, but like for me, the decision maker was just like the mechanics of how each platform works.
Right. If I was just doing the comic book, it would be Indiegogo. But since I'm also doing a board game with this campaign, the board game community is in Kickstarter predominantly.
I see. That makes sense. So it's about demographics.
Right. So So this is a comic book, board game, and figurines.
That's excellent. What I'm going to be popping right now. I am popping the link to the StreamYard into the chat. I like one of the things about the format of my show on certain nights, which is most nights, is we just open it up and we have good conversations about comics. So tell me, Denali, what got you into wanting to create comic books?
Basically, it was something that I wanted to do basically my entire life since I started reading comic at a small age.
Yeah.
It's a medium that, sparks your imagination. And I think the recent trends in the last couple of years kind of motivated me to say, you know what? I'm not getting the comic books that I want to read.
Right.
So why don't I just go ahead and make that leap of faith and actually do the comic, write the comic book myself. And it's been a blast so far. And then reaching out to the community, listening to a lot of YouTubers and a lot of artists and a lot of creators and how they can go with that. It just said, here's the information. Here's YouTube, Twitter are like mini conventions. You're learning so much things. So why don't I use what people are saying and incorporate it and actually do it? And now you're seeing the fruit of my self-taughtness and everything else.
What was there like a particular comic or a writer that really like made you want to do this?
Nothing really particular. The ones that actually affected me were, the Avengers of Tintin, Rip Kirby with Alex Raymond, Wally Wood.
Classics.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You can see it in there. So tell us a little bit about Immortal Mask.
Well, the Immortal Mask is basically a vigilante / superhero / mystery that's been spanning thousands and thousands of years. Where this current story iteration, we're focusing on a particular Immortal Mask is set in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1974. And he's has an interview with a death row inmate, and the information he gets from that death row inmates will put him in the crosshairs of the Atlanta's shadowy underworld. So he'll have to survive the night, and if he is able to, he might be able to topple down the upper class that is having control of things.
Excellent. When is your launch? When you plan on launching?
Well, we were planning of launching in August, but because of the whole situation we're in right now, I'm taking a step back and kind of seeing what's going on, because a lot of people are not so confident about spending so much money these days, and we got to kind of see where it is. It's kind of touch and go.
Well, here's I'm going to play devil's advocate to that. Back in the day, during the Depression, people found a lot of solace in escapism, and that's when content flourished. Movies, books, cartoons, they really flourished in those times. So you might be doing people a favor by bringing your book out sooner than later.
Right, and that's something that I'm also being mindful as well. So that's why I'm still promoting it and trying to get buzz around it so it can be as successful as possible. So
wonderful. Yeah. Do you have any other images, or is this the main one for now?
If you go to denalis.com, you'll see the 2 cover piece. And I also posted on the private chat a link to a trailer as well.
Oh, let's go over there. I'm going to pull this up. I just got to share my screen first. I don't know. I don't have really good luck with sound, unfortunately, so it might play better on yours. I think it might be a Macintosh thing, but hopefully the sound will play through in a good way.
Right. So what I'll do is I'll mute it, because that seems to work for myself. And when you're clicking share on that, you have to click on the little button that says allow audio.
Yeah, see, it's I can hear it. Yeah. Well, that was excellent, man.
Yep.
That was excellent. So how does the game tie in to the comic, or how does the comic tie into the game? What's the connection?
It's basically kind of in lore stuff. I'm keeping the game a little bit under wrap until I get closer to launch.
Makes sense.
Hey,
hold on. I don't know if you feel the presence. I feel the presence of Sketch Therapy. What up, Sketch? Welcome back to the panel. Over here to my screen right is Denali. Down below you, Denali, is Sketch.
I'm here to celebrate that 6 figures for Fraga. I know that's coming up soon, and I just can't wait.
I told you, to it, man. You guys, man. You know things I don't know. I think my head is just busy doing other things, man.
This is all about trust, and you're pretty trustworthy individual. You're about your business.
I am all about the business, man. Did you see Denali's trailer at all?
I just popped in. So I just basically got here. I was, out doing some shopping, and
Right,
just
you were
got home.
driving. You were driving. Were you able to hear the Mike Mignola stream while you were driving?
You see, the signal was kind of bad, so it kept cutting in and
Uh,
out. I'm gonna have to check it out later. But
Bummer. Yeah, it's a good one. I took a lot from it. Not, the place I learned about this was there was this animator named Richard Williams, and he did something called the Animator Survival Kit. He was also the guy who did all the animation scenes in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And he said what he used to do is he used to either interview or hire his heroes, and that's how he learned. He learned by talking to these guys. And so for me, I bring these guys on, I interview them, and I basically get all the good, tasty info. So I like to share it with the world.
go to the source.
That's right. Oh, I feel the presence. I feel the ching-a-ling in my pocket. I feel a little ching-a-ling-a-ling. Jay Money's in the house. What up, Jay Money? How are you, sir?
Good to see
What's going
you.
on, man?
How are you, dude?
Howdy.
Excellent. Happy Monday to you. Tomorrow we have Cinco de Mayo on Taco Day. Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo fall on the same day. I'm really excited about that.
Serendipity.
It is, man. And just in the month of March, I broke my no alcohol thing, and it's not an irresponsible drink thing. It's a caloric thing.
Okay.
But when I was in Miami, a friend who I hadn't seen in 5-6 years, we had some sushi, and he's like, "Let's have some sake," and I was like, "Bro, I'm not drinking right now." And he said, "Hey, yeah, you are." And
I love
said,
me some salmon sushi.
"Oh yeah, it's good." So I said, "Okay, man." And then when
Did you have some warm sake?
Oh yeah, of course,
All right.
of course,
All
I
right.
love it. I mean, I'm a big fan of good stuff. Hey, check it out. They know. Oh, you noticed? Oh, flipping through, that warms my heart. I did. I upgraded because apparently during the campaign, they have so many free hours you can use when you're using StreamYard. And
I got a grade 2.
yeah, it was 20 hours. And then I started getting notices. You're getting close to your limit. I said, oh, shit. And then I went on to stream the other day, and they're like, unless you want to give us some dough, you're going to have to wait until, May 11th or something. Thank you. Look, I hope so, Past Master. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I had to do that. And we're also working on upgrading over to Wirecast, which is going to be a big time game changer. And I can't describe it enough. But the difference, the way I've described it is, StreamYard is like a go-kart with a lawnmower engine in it, and you can drive it and you can go from here to there. But Wirecast is like a full-fledged automobile. It's like much more complex, does a whole lot more.
What's the cost differential though?
Massive.
Okay.
Massive at first. Okay. So like, for example, if you pay for StreamYard and you want to do the take away their logo and put your own stuff in, it's like $200 a year. You use that for 4 years. You don't really have anything at the end. You're gonna have to pay on year 5. Hi, Lily Bell.
Would you like a coffee?
Yes, please. Thank you. The cup is upstairs, sweet pea. You could get Wirecast, the full-fledged version, like all in full-fledged, for $800. But
Jesus.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's massive. But here's the thing: you never have to pay for it again. It's not a subscription service. It's an app. And it streams everything. You can bring up to 7 people in. You can do tiled graphics, pre-recorded video. You can bring in multiple sources, up to like 12 cameras, multiple inputs. It takes soundboards. I mean, it's what the newsrooms that are your local news station. It's what they use, but you only have to pay for it once. There's no subscription. And you use their full-fledged StreamYard's full-fledged. It's like 400 and something. And I was using Switcher, which is how I was able to do the Mike Mignola stream, and that runs at like $600 a year. So it gets really expensive, but Wirecast, like I said, is a one-time fee. It's a little more expensive, but you can get it, learn it, and never have to get another one ever again, which is really, really the aim. What are you up to tonight, man? You said you just came back from the store.
I was just picking up some cat food for my cat and milk and eggs and that kind of like basic breakfast stuff.
Oh yeah, I love
And
those.
I was like, oh, it's about to be curfew. We're still on lockdown over here, which
Yeah.
makes no sense when I look at the asymptomatics. It makes every number that they told us before insignificant. It's less deadly than the common flu.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah. No, people are starting to scratch their heads now, and like, it's weird because there's statistical data like the Spanish flu where, you know, they thought they were fine and everybody got out, and then next thing you know, more people died, and you know, it just gets weird. Ladies and gentlemen, Baptist 702, brand new.
Hello.
Man, what up, man? I want to call you by your new name. What up, West Coast? I'm calling you that because it's still light outside. Where are you?
I'm actually overseas right now, so
okay. Yeah. That'll do it. Well, you're either in tomorrow or like a lot earlier today.
I'm gonna pop out and pop back in. I'm having a little bit of an audio issue.
All right, Sketch.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So how you doing this fine Monday, sir?
Say again?
How are you doing this fine Monday?
It's actually Tuesday for me. So
well, say you are in the future. So I'm going to go and say that you are in Asia. That's my guess.
Well, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. I know you're on special mission, bro. I know that. I wanted to introduce you to Denali. I'm not sure if you've met J Money. J Money has been on many times. This is Denali's first night.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing fantastic, man. Denali was telling us about his new comic that he's going to be putting over there on Kickstart, hopefully in August. I say don't delay it, man. I think things are going to get better.
Okay.
And but it's called Immortal Masks, and it looks really cool.
Right, and they can sign up at the newsletter, my mailing list, at www.denalis.com.
Amen. And
then
I won't be. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and those who sign up from now or from when I launched the website to when I launched the campaign, those who sign up to the newsletter will be eligible for a free limited edition variant trading card that would be only exclusive for the people who sign up to the newsletter. And this card would be usable for the game board as well.
Very cool. I like that. I like that tie-in, man.
Well, I won't be on the live stream too long. Maybe around like 10:50-ish. I might have to take off to take care of some things over here.
All right. I know that's secret code for your mission, man. What's going on? How was your weekend, man? I know you and I were on that Donnie Kate stream watching and saying hi to each other and getting deleted.
I'm telling you, Dan. As soon as like I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, I'm sitting there just listening, talking about a few comic books or projects they were planning on doing something along that line, and all of a sudden I saw you pop up in the chat. I was like, hey, Dan.
Yeah, I'm like, hey.
I said, hell, I said, hell, CG. And I think that's when Mrs. K sort of caught on. She's like, "Oh no," because I saw her move her right hand. I'm like, "What's she about to do? What's she about to do?"
Yeah, she hit you, Linkovich, Vanessa L, me, like just bam, 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 and like I was like, "Dang, man, I didn't even say shit. I was actually being nice, you know." Craziness.
I literally typed in the chat. I literally typed out loud, "Ha ha ha!" She deleted that Fragaboom. This is the reason why. This is the reason why comics were failing. I was like, that's the exact reason why.
It's such a weird thing, man. Sketch Therapy is back in the house. What up, Sketch?
I'm fixing a little issue with the audio I was having. Sorry about that.
I think your cat's fucking with you, man. I think it's over there flipping switches. Doing its thing. What are you up to, J Money? Happy Monday to you, dude. We only have one Tuesday here, but what are you up to?
Yeah, I know. We're in the same Tuesday tomorrow. And I just want to say congratulations, man. I see you're moving up. And
we're doing good,
I need to join this membership here. Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah, man.
Dos Locos, no one listens to me. We listen to you. John Malin.
We love you, John.
I love you, John Malin, like I love bacon, and that's a lot. It's a lot, and I wasn't marketed to.
Well, we call him Coach because he usually has some great advice, and he's great motivational, person. He's just like gets
I'm
you riled
always
up.
motivated when I talk to Coach, and anytime we hang out. Look at that, guys! We're getting a lot closer now to 93K.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. 93 is one of those years that I remember well because it was the very first time I flew solo on a comic book as a penciler on Bloodstrike #1, which came out in May of 93. We're at 1,139 backers. Let's just take a look at the perks and some of the updates. We've got the comic book in ash can. We've got the comic book by itself in color cover. We have a line art cover. We can get 2 comics. You can get 1 of each if you want. You can get 2 of the same if you prefer. We have 2 comics, 2 ash cans. We have a whole lot of fun merch. I want to check something out, man. There was something that I remember exciting. It was called May the 4th. It was a campaign called May the 4th. Here it is, guys. It was funded in less than an hour, May the 4th. They've got 6 hours left. Dynamic Forces celebrates May the 4th. Let me bring in, we have Todd. Todd, hello, Todd. Welcome. How are you?
What's going on?
We're doing well, man. I was just talking about this really cool campaign on Indiegogo where Dynamic Forces is celebrating today, a.k.a. Star Wars Day, where they are hooking people up with fantastic deals. You've got a Haster sketch. You've got your Star Wars and More package where you don't know what you're going to get. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a Greg Land fan, if you're an Olivier Copiel fan, Scotty Young, John Cassidy, this is what you want to check out, man. I'm going to post this in the link real quick, and then we're going to go back to take a look at the Black Flag campaign, which is doing
excellent. It's
doing excellent. Like I've been saying, I feel like I've been in a coma just because so many wonderful things are happening that it doesn't feel like it's real. All right, Todd, tell us about yourself, dude. Welcome to the Couch Doodle Show.
I'm working with Mike Barron. I'm the artist in Florida Man.
Awesome, Mike Barron of The Punisher.
Yes, Punisher, Nexus, Badger.
Yes.
Having read a lot of Mike's stuff, I can't think of a bad comic he ever wrote. So, for me, it's a real treat to be able to work with him.
I love.
You're running that campaign?
No, the campaign is actually being run by Chris Braley of Bleeding Fool.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Go on.
And I put in the private chat. I put the sign up page.
Let's take a look. Let us take a look. You guys are over there at Indiegogo. Let me pop it up. Over into my screen. This is your art here. This is great stuff, dude. Hold on a second. Let me share this. Are you penciling and inking as well?
Yeah, I'm penciling, inking, and coloring the things that you'll see on the campaign.
Okay.
That's
Are you
awesome.
Comicsgate?
Yeah, I was. I don't want to tell that story, but I was kind of.
It sounds familiar to me. My memory is. I apologize. My memory is a little bad. But I kind of remember the name Denali from somewhere, and this Florida Man thing sounds familiar. I'm just not. I'm not. I may be misremembering. I'm just trying to clear my head.
Denali and Florida Man are not related. Denali is Immortal Mask. Florida Man is Mike Barron.
Okay.
Todd, my only complaint here, and you might want to talk to Mike about this, is I want to see your name in this right here. People need to know that you're drawing it. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I'll actually be right back. I'm gonna take a look at something. I'll be right back. I'll mute myself, but I'm gonna begin now. I'll just mute myself for a minute.
Sounds good.
I don't even like the banner he used.
Yeah,
because that's not finished. That was one I was working on and didn't finish yet. But we have other banners that I've made. I don't know. Maybe he felt the cheerleader was a little too much.
Yeah, this is really cool, man. I like this dude riding the gator. How many? So it's 56 pages. It's aimed at mature readers who still enjoy fun.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely a mature situation.
Now, is this based on Florida Man stories from the news, or like
yes,
all woven
there's a
into
lot of that.
Oh,
there's a lot of that. Yeah, it's basically like almost if you took those things, right, those headlines, and made them all by one person. And the snowball that happens to this guy as he, for instance, robs a convenience store with an alligator kind of holding it like an AK-47 is, what goes on kind of after. He doesn't get caught or ends up in jail or anything, but we create those snowballs out of those headlines.
Okay.
Well, this looks cool, dude. Tell Mike he needs to give you more love, though. I obviously Mike Barron. We all know who. Well, not we don't all know, but I know. He wrote those Punishers that I dug, that were drawn by Will Spertasio and inked by Scott Williams and lettered by Ken Brusnak. That's how I know Mike Barron.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. My son is saying something. What's up?
Do you know where the battery pack is?
I do. It's on the chair. There you go. He needs a battery pack. That's all they care about. Money, battery pack, and coins for their apps. Very crazy. Eric Green. Hello, Eric Green. How are you, sir? Oh, my goodness. It's around, my man. It's around. Look underneath the clothes right there. You see it?
If you have any mods that could just throw the sign-up page in.
I put it in there already, man.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, hold on a second. You guys, I'm gonna pause my cam and mute myself. You guys talk real quick.
Yeah, man. One of my favorite stories is Florida stories and Walmart stories. And when there's a Walmart story that's in Florida, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, there's going to be there's the novel that you can buy, right? There's the Florida Man novel that Mike wrote and is already out there. But this is completely different. There's going to be a mud wrestling. Crystal, Gary's, the main character's girlfriend, will be known as the Steely Daniela, and she's going to be. There'll be a huge mud wrestling event in a huge auditorium, and then it'll break into the crowd. So there's going to be a lot of fisticuffs. Still be people you recognize hitting celebrities and things like that. So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
So now tell us about yourself. Where do you come from? You draw fucking awesome. So I'm imagining this is not your first comic.
No, this isn't. I won the Graveyard Shift 2. John Malin had a campaign where he was looking for amateur talent, and I won that and did a 20 pages in the supplemental book.
Awesome. Cool.
I did something with Paul Cooperberg over at DC for Charlatan Neo. That was my first published work. It was in the Charlatan era, which is sort of a what do you call that? Anthology. Yeah. And they kind of keep everything kind of Dicko-ish alive over there. And Blank was the question, but with a little bit different take. He didn't have a trench coat, right? He had a chrome face though, so that when the villain was looking into his face, he'd see himself. So that was my only spin on the whole Ditko thing. Instead of having just like no mask, he had sort of a Silver Surfer face.
Okay.
Well, Mike Barron is known to me because he's been a guest of Caesar. So I know that they have kind of like a, admiration, friendship for each other. I know he's been a guest on Comicsgate Live a couple of times. Yeah, I think... I'm not aware of his previous work, but as I understand it at the time and right now, everybody is familiar and they have great admiration for it.
There was a great Punisher run, because you like Punisher, Dan, that was drawn by Klaus Janson.
Yeah, it was right before the Will stuff.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah.
So he's a kind of grab you by the throat writer, very akin to those brutal UK guys that we loved from the 90s.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to bring in Mr. Dan Plagle.
I dropped out for a quick second by
All
mistake.
good. How are you, Dan?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, my man.
Excellent.
I'm on page 6 of my book.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
So seems like there's a lot of upcoming independent creators nowadays, and I'm really glad about that.
That makes me very happy as well. It just we don't have to worry about compromising for.
I think ever since Marvel and DC just started sort of screwing the pooch, people just started saying, you know what, let me just start creating my own stuff, and it seems like people are just popping up all over the place.
Man, you got to wonder how sexy that pooch is to be screwing.
And admittedly, Dan, I myself thought on and off, because right now I'm currently sort of active on what's called like role play writing, like writing type stuff online. So I'm not really writing comic books necessarily or literature, but I have thought about on and off, trying to do something like that. Maybe write out a story and maybe submit it to one of y'all. With the Comicscape movement, maybe try and create something.
I think that's a good idea. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you okay.
Yeah, I don't think Baptist can hear me.
Hey, okay.
Okay. That's.
Can you or no?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, you can't hear me?
Okay.
Well, Dan, thanks for having me on. I gotta head out.
Yeah, Denali, dude, thanks for coming through. I look forward to Immortal Mask. You guys sign up at denali.com. Sign up to that pre-launch list. Hopefully, you'll do it in August, man. I'm telling you, people want to be.
Sorry, Dad. I do apologize. I can't hear you, brother.
No problem.
You gotta drop in and out. It's a StreamYard issue.
Yeah, I'm kicking him. All right, bye, Denali. All right, so there we go. And then there were 4. Yeah.
I like competition because as a customer, the more you guys compete, the better products I get.
That's right. Past Master Dan says my other stream is still up from earlier. You know what? I need to reach out to Switcher because you guys remember the bacon stream? The bacon stream that went for 9 fucking hours. It wasn't supposed to go for 9 hours. It really wasn't. Let's see.
Bacon.
Yeah, look at this. The Mignola stream is still going. Thanks, Past Master Dan.
Okay, easiest way is to make it like private and then public again, real fast, because that'll cut the live stream.
Is that how you do it?
Well, it's the only trick I know. It's happened to me as well in StreamYards and this kind of thing, and just on regular YouTube. And the only way I've seen that I can really fast just end the where it says live is to make it private and then make it public again.
Are you doing it in YouTube Studio? Is that where you're doing it? Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna have to go do that in on the desktop. I'm sensing somebody else is in here. Oh, Baptist is back. Baptist, can you hear us now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes,
Great.
I can hear you now.
All right. I want to open up Todd's screen right now. Todd, you want to show us? Oh, put that folder away. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Do it.
Ooh,
this
nice.
is one of the pages from Florida Man that I'm finishing up today, and this is Gary and his buddy. They're kind of on a stakeout, and they're trying to get a picture of this senator with a cross-dresser, and cross-dresser's pulling up on the Vespa here. So this is kind of a, I'll give you a hint at what the kind of shenanigans that go on in the story.
You put in like an overarching theme behind all the stories that lead to all the crazy events that is seen in the Florida Man articles. That makes sense.
Yeah, Mike tells a really good, story. I mean, the script is excellent, and we're like I said, as far as those headlines that from Florida Man, it's more or less bits and pieces. We're fitting some of those things in, and they'll work into the narrative, but it's really not about those headlines.
No, it's like when you make a war movie out of like war reports. It's not really a story. It's just a bunch of reports. You have to there is a creative process where you have to take a little bit of a creative license and shape it into a cohesive story. That's I'm not a writer, but I'm guessing that's what you do. And, you kind of like watch these making of movies and they talk about this stuff. And yeah, that's what I'm guessing is happening. But it's a good method.
I think there's going to be, for instance, like every girl that is the main character is beautifully drawn, kind of like my avatar, which is Crystal, Gary's girlfriend. But every car, for instance, in the background here, I have an Eldorado. So every car will be one of those cars you go, oh, awesome to see that again. I love classic cars, and I love just cars that had a unique look, like the Sunbeam and things like that. So there'll be a lot of nostalgia in the book and a lot of eye candy, and there's going to be some Easter eggs too. So I'm kind of pulling out all the stops. But the key to the book is really my storytelling, where I really try to excel at that. I'm not flashy. I'm not, this isn't superheroes. There'll be, like I said, eventually there'll be some fisticuffs that happen, but it's really in the storytelling and trying to grab certain looks, like the look on Gary's face when he sees the tranny or cross-dresser pull in is like, what do we have here kind of look, what the heck is going on? Because I don't think he expected a guy. I think when he was told to go get a picture of was the senator and a prostitute. But
yeah,
he sees.
Hey, hold on a second, Todd. I'm sorry. Malin, I'm putting the link in the chat, man. If you want to grab a hold and come on in. I don't know if you see it. Your beanie might be too low down. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how many of you heard, but recently Neil Gaiman, I believe he wrote Sandman and a few other comics. I believe he even wrote the Vertigo comic book Lucifer. I believe he wrote that too.
Yeah,
I could be wrong about that, but he recently came under fire because he was participating either in the writing or some sort of production for Cthulhu or one of the what's it called?
Lovecraftian monster stories?
Yep, Lovecraftian monsters. So he came under fire for that. Now he's threatened
If you
to be
guys
canceled.
in the chat don't know what Cthulhu is, look at my avatar.
Oh, I know what he is. I know who he is. We have talks. I've seen him when I've had too much THC.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Go on, Baptist.
Timbertone, you can come in here anytime you want to, man. Timbertone, it says that's a lot of trust to expect no one else to jump in on that link. Here's the thing, man. Everybody's welcome. I have a thing called the green room, and I can choose to put you in or out. I can kick you to the curb. But here's the wonderful thing. Everybody that has ever been on this channel has been quite respectful to both the chat and the panel guests. So if anybody wants to come in, and that means you, Malin, get ready, man. Get ready. Come on in. Anybody's welcome. We have 2 seats available. Sorry, gentlemen. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Come on in.
Well, but it's just that it's just interesting how how there is a certain pushback against the idea of accurately representing history, all because of past historical injustices or past historical tragedies. So,
well, there's an old saying from Orwell that says, "Those who control the past control the future, and those who control the present control the past." Now, if you can change the past, then you can change where the direction of where people are going and why.
I'm here to change the past.
Oh, right. Shit. Adam Post is in the house.
Gentlemen, Sketcheroni, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, sir.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Fragaboom.
Always, man. You're always welcome.
I'm fan-fragatastic. That's how I'm doing.
That's good,
and also speaking of changing, history or what have you, the Literature Devil had a live stream last night. Well, this morning for you guys, last night for me, but he had a live stream in which he posted a very funny video of Uncle Ethan was just sitting there in some sort of like this sort of weird sort of costume, and I guess he didn't realize that I guess he didn't realize that the video he was trying to show his audience wasn't showing to the audience. He was only watching it. So
Timbertone
just
has
see
a cat. Timbertone has a cat. I can hear it.
I don't have a cat.
How are
it's
you?
funny how you see that. You sit there. You see Ethan literally just sitting there staring at a screen, or at some point looking around in a hat.
Am I coming in clearly? I made certain the mic was good this time.
No, I'm
It's a little
sorry,
muddy.
man. I'm sorry. Come back, Timbertone. Sorry about that, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry
It's
about
just
that.
funny how you sit there. Well, it's just funny how you see that. You sit there and watch Ethan literally just staring at the computer screen, and all of a sudden, out of the silence, he looks and says, "I'm changing the world."
Oh yeah, with a hat. That one was great.
That's a clip Kelsey has on, if I'm not mistaken, on Kelsey Shannon's channel. You guys can
I was cracking
up to Kelsey.
I was cracking up at that. I couldn't stop laughing for a few solid minutes.
Well, if you want the probably the clip that was from, it's probably from Kelsey Shannon. He's a great guy. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Excellent.
Somebody in the chat brings up Joe Exotic, and I was just contacted recently to ask if I'd be interested in drawing Joe Exotic comic.
I don't know if you want to work for Darren. I don't know if he pays very well. No disrespect to Darren. I like Darren Davis. He copied my business model, as he admits, Personality Comics. But just make sure you get the numbers explained about how well you're going to get paid if you work for Darren on Blue Water. Just only the straight up.
No, this isn't even Blue Water. No, Blue Water.
It's his other Tidal Wave, whatever his new.
It's not even that. This is somebody bigger than that.
Good.
Yeah, went to the lawyer and talked to the lawyer about doing a comic. And
well, I know that Nicolas Cage is going to play Joe Exotic.
That's perfect casting. That's perfect casting.
Oh yeah.
You know he'll own the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm. Which reminds me, when I was mentioning earlier that I was trying to sort of thinking on and off of writing a story. I wasn't sure what you were saying, Dan. What was your response?
I say that you should do it. You couldn't hear me, but I'm saying that you should go for it. There are books you can pick up that talk about the format a little bit, because writing is writing, but a lot of times you're dealing with format. You know, I have a buddy who is doing his first comic, and he comes from the TV and film world, and he was approaching it from a TV and film angle. And I said, listen, man, this is comics. You kind of have to hook them with visuals at a certain point to get them in, you know, and then hook them with some other things. So I suggest, one, definitely do it. Two, look into some of the literature on it, like Words for Pictures by Brian Michael Bendis, Writing for Comics by that guy, what's his name? Alan Moore. Yeah, Alan Moore. And then Writing
Comics the DC Comics Way by Denny O'Neil.
That's exactly the one. That's right. Welcome, Mr. Leg Kick, Gary Bruce. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. My hernia hurts like a motherfucker, but I'm good.
Oh, man.
I'm good.
Do you ice that thing?
No, it's too close to my junk. I think I would.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, no more.
Right.
How's everybody else in the chat doing? Everybody good?
All right.
Great.
I'm doing good.
Doing great. Doing excellent.
If I haven't met any of you before, hello. I know Sketch. How you doing, Sketch? Good to see you, man.
Good to meet you, sir.
And right over here.
I mean, we chatted, but I haven't shared a panel with you before.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mr. Leg Kick, a welcome permanent fixture in the boombox. One of the original dudes.
Oh, the boombox! I love it.
Yeah, man. So, how's College of the Dead doing, my friend?
College of the Dead.
Yeah, let's. You want to take a look at it? Let me pull it up. Why don't you bring up
College of the Dead? I'm gonna break it out. I got the prototype.
I'm gonna make your screen.
And that's no hype.
Prototype, and that's no hype. All right, let me pull it up real quick.
Wow, you know what I ought to have done is got myself a Dan Fraga College of the Dead rap. That would have been
I think that's going to happen a lot in the future. I've heard people say, "Hey, man, make my videos. Just don't do the sound levels on them because I'm having sound level problems." But I'm working on it. Let's pull
some great artwork.
College of the Dead graduation day.
These are the prototypes. These are the actual printed books.
They call them proof copies.
Yeah, proofs. They call them. I just call it a miracle that I can get the comics, look at them, make sure
I
everything's
call it
cool.
a beauty.
Yeah,
Look at
thank you,
that.
man.
They're gorgeous.
That's the Narwhal variant cover called College Bound, because it's taken from Earthbound. He
Okay.
zombified them. The Party Attack cover, which wasn't supposed to outsell the regular cover, but people freaking loved it. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I could give you a couple of reasons.
Yeah, at least 2 big orange ones. And then the Torch cover, the girl about to get attacked, the girl getting attacked. Yeah, it's going good. These books are shipping June 2020. I'm really excited about it. We also made a making of Ashcan, and it's got the full script and the rough layouts. This book ships June 2020 to everybody. I'm really psyched about it. And we're actually shipping the next book January 2020 because we're already finishing it. We're not done with it yet. The script is done, and we've got 25% of the layouts done, which is awesome. We also made this really wild art book. We love women here, Baz. We love women here. Maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much. But you can't help a man from loving women.
I enjoy boobies and butts, bro. I got no shame.
You can't help a man for loving women too much.
You can't.
Okay.
Oh, shit, man. You're doing
God's
it.
creations are a masterpiece.
I can get like maybe 4 or 5 words out, but if you guys have heard Frega rap, there's no way to quite match it. But maybe you can set him off in a direction.
Timber Torrey's got a copy of College of the Dead. I'm looking at it in his. He's in the green room. I'm gonna kick myself real quick because I want to bring Timber in. You guys, I'll be back in a moment. I'm kicking myself. Oh, all
right. There he went.
College of the Dead looks like it has some mature material in it.
It has violence, like kind of Walking Dead level violence. Oh, there it is.
Look at that beauty.
Soon you will have this next to it. Did you
Just wanted to thank you for the book, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you for supporting it. Thanks for supporting. Isn't that shiny cover?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. Super shiny.
I
Yeah.
mean,
How many
I gotta
pages?
say, this thing, like, what is this made of? Is this just
Young
glossy?
girl does since boobs are never
It's
raw.
it's a UV laminate, and these are also these prototypes they're very shiny, but they actually don't have the full UV laminate on them yet.
How many pages, Adam?
This one's 48. Whoop, but they're the same thing. This one's 48 pages. It's full color, and this was designed 6 panels per page.
Okay.
And
Like a webcomic?
Yeah, like a webcomic. I had this brilliant idea that we would use like individual panels to promote the books or whatever it was. But the way the storytelling worked out, we really liked how it worked out. The guy who scripts it for me, he has done a lot of comic strips as well. So he's able to like make every panel kind of relevant. It's not decompressed or anything like that. There's a lot of story that happens. The original book, which is also available on the campaign, is 2 panels per page and black and white, kind of a manga style.
Yeah.
And this one's enormous because it's only 2 panels per page. It's like 140 pages.
I also ended up getting the art book for it too.
Oh, you have the art book?
Yeah, I have the art book too. I'm not going to show that off, but yeah.
No, did you see? This is the art book for College of the Dead 2, which actually is my favorite book of all the books. I'm like, this is such a stunning piece. Javier Aranda did this, and he's doing 3 now for us. But
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, isn't he amazing? 1 panel per page. Oh, for the art book, we do the black and whites of some of the variant covers in there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that neat? 1 panel per page.
I like it.
This is a variant cover that is sort of a secret variant cover that has not been published yet. This selfie girl. So I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag on that one. I'm not quite sure how we're going to publish that. I haven't really figured it out yet. I love the idea of doing the variant covers. I love the art books and stuff like that. I just want to make sure that everybody feels like they're getting value for the money that they're spending. And I want to leave a little money left over for the rest of the comic book campaigns. But yeah, so this is 1 panel per page, the black and white. And
what I like about that is the framing. It frames it like a movie for you, like because our minds kind of like go through a lot of movies.
It helps with suspension and disbelief, I think, as well. You don't get taken out of the story. So having a linear presentation like that is cool. But this did come out real nicely. So I was like starting to think on College of Dead 3 that maybe we would get rid of the 6 panel grid But my designer, JJ Jackson, she used to work at Marvel, Valiant, a bunch of those companies. She's like, no, the storytelling really works very well that way. I'm like, all right, you talk me
it's
into
because of the subject matter. I think it lends itself to that.
I think so. I think you're right. I mean,
it kind of reminded me with your comic book, the first one that you showed, reminds me of the format that Neil Adams used when he did that Dracula book, where he had the werewolf, and then he also had a Frankenstein monster in there as well, and he did it in his own format, and it wasn't a Marvel book, it was his own, and it had kind of a format kind of similar, and also your artwork looks kind of similar to that as well.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Can I show off a little bit of the pages?
Yeah, break them loose. Art Bugman, thank you very much for
just
picking
wanted
up the
to talk
cover.
about how one of my favorite things is just in terms of the reaction shots, like it's kind of a little bit of a Scott Cloud thing where you've got your beginning reaction and then suddenly pow, just love the automatic reaction to that.
I like the action in that bottom panel. The way you see the bullet come through and all that, that's nice.
That is very nice artwork there.
That's from College of the Dead, book 1. The black. I think we're going to do a College of the Dead color version of book 1 also at some point because people have asked for it. I actually started them on some of the coloring for it because they had some time. But I love this series. I love working with this creative team producing these books. And zombies is not necessarily always going to be the hottest thing to do, but I believe in like supporting the project and supporting the creative team, and it's done really well. I mean, we're doing like 4 or 5 times what we did the first time around for the campaign. So as long as I can get these out as promised, I'm a happy guy, and keep working with these creative people. They're amazing. Javier is like that with all the exclamation points. He writes that way in his emails too, like very high energy. Like you see that expressiveness in the panels. He loves working.
And then keep building up on the CG support as well.
Yeah. And the final explosion. Amazing.
Oh yeah. Well, to me, I think it's important in CG that we should indulge ourselves with our passion projects, but we should pick things like Dan has picked with Black Flag. He's going to want to do more Black Flags. He's not just going to do Black Flag and then do something else and then do another project. He's going to continue to have Black Flag coming out, at least near as I know. And I think we really want to do that. We want to build our audience, because once you get yourself invested in a title, you're not just buying it. As a comics guy. For me, I bought I don't know how many comics. I don't want just like a one shot. I kind of want to find out what happens next, right? You get into the characters. You want the continuity as well. So
you've been to that universe. Be special.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it just like even when they would just change creative teams. Even when a creative team would change off of one of the Marvel titles I was following, like Daredevil, X-Men, or whatever, and they would just change creative teams, it'd be like really disappointing and really jarring. But at least I don't know, maintain the continuity and don't start telling me a story and then just end it and be like, all right, now I'm done. Well, why? Like, why don't just give us more?
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, but I also think that you need to put. I think in this market, we're making sort of what you call artisan comics or boutique comics. We need to give people their money's worth and give them a book for their shelf. So your story, while it has a continuation, needs to kind of be a complete tale.
Oh, I agree with you, Todd. Absolutely. Now, you're working with Mike Barron on Florida Man.
Right.
What an incredible guy. I interviewed him on my channel a few months ago. I was a fan of him from his from The Punisher. I was aware of he did Badger and he did
Nexus.
Nexus, thank you. But I kind of really never got into Badger or Nexus, probably because they were from Capital Cities comics, and
they were kind of hard to find too. They weren't at your local 7-Eleven or whatever.
Yeah, not super typical. But I was a big fan of Marvel comics, and when he did The Punisher, I was like super into that, and I just to be able to interview him was like amazing because I'm one of these creative people too, but still. There are people that just influenced you when you're young. But
absolutely,
not many people realize Nexus at its peak sold X-Men numbers. So that top 10 or top 50 that you see, well, Nexus was one of those first indie books to break that top 10 and sell the same
I didn't know Nexus wrote. I didn't know Mike Brown wrote Atari Force. Frega is everywhere. Frega is omnipresent. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, does he still have that Mike Mignola stream going?
God knows what.
Yeah,
he's
I
doing.
think he's trying to fix that because one of the things that has worked for me is I've made it private and then public again, and that kind of cuts the live stream. But you have to do it from a computer. You can't
He's appearing on EBS too.
This is like him going on
one
tour.
particular comment.
It's like him.
You
going
gotta
on
enjoy the
tour
chat.
That I began reading, and I found myself really enjoying. One particular comic book I found myself really enjoying that I was reading reading in the last couple of days was the DC Rebirth Superman action comic, by Dan Jurgens, at least the writer Dan Jurgens. I found that sort of I saw that return to the more traditional aspects of Superman really gripping and really.
I really like
refreshing.
Man and Superman by Marv Wolfman. Did you read that, Baptist?
Man and Superman. I've heard of it. I've seen the title before, but I have not actually read the comic.
Yeah, it was in a graphic novel almost like format, and it was done recently by Marv Wolfman, and it was probably the best comic I've read in about 20 years.
Wow.
It was really good.
Man and Superman.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Also,
I was going to tell you creator types to you see what Dan is doing right now? He's getting in the chat, shaking hands, talking to the people. Get into the chats and talk to the people. It's not just about being on the panel.
Yeah.
And you get to know the people. You get to read the thread. It's a completely different experience from being on the panel. So, hail to the chat. I just wanted to hail to the chat.
Awesome.
And hail to Dan for
absolutely
being there with the people.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces over and over.
Yep.
Yeah, but
The
I'm actually
people
gonna
build
tell you
the
customers.
Dan is kind of
I'm actually ready to go myself, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yes, and to our Brugman, he said, Baptist didn't Donnie ban you? Yes, as far as I could tell, it seemed like he actually did block me, along with Dan Fragaboom and a few others who were saying either hail to Dan or hail Comicsgate. And as I was sharing with Fragaboom earlier, that's the sign that this is the very signal as to why, or the very reason as to why comic books were failing in general, because creators and writers like Donnie Cates and not Anita Sarkeesian, she's a gamer, but people like Avita
Mark
Ayala
Wade
and Mark Wade, people like them that are insane and are completely deceived by a lot of this Marxist, communist, socialist ideology and this terribly misconstrued idea that the West isn't perfect. We understand that the West has had some it has some black marks. The fact of the matter is, though, the American West, especially in America, we have come a long way. And another thing that a lot of these people fail to realize is that history is a lot more nuanced than they realize. It's not this straightforward, America's racist. It's all about slavery and segregation.
Look,
and
I can show you that nuance in Puerto Rico. Like, I'm a Puerto Rican soldier, which means I serve the USA. And some will tell me, well, you can't even vote for the president. And you don't have representation according to your tax and your census. The 4th of July must be very ironic, and it is. But I would still fight for the freest nation on earth. There is no freer nation. There is no place where you have more individual rights. And that's just, you can call it self-interest, you can call it whatever you want, but I want my people to be with the freest nation. And it is nuanced, and people that are trying to escape here are also trying to escape to here, are also trying to escape these types of regimes that we have always opposed. So there is a lot of nuance on all sides of this conversation. The crazy is the extreme.
Yes.
The extreme right wants multicultural Marxism. The extreme left and the extreme right wants a racial socialism. But it's the same thing. We're closer when we're center right and center left. Then we're all about this constitutional republic, and we can have like a more civil discourse.
Well, I would say in response to that, one of the things that I think needs to happen in America is sort of a reconstruction and a bit of a retraditionalization of a lot of the values, especially spiritual ones, admittedly, as a Christian myself, and especially spiritual religious values and a lot of the philosophy that came from former Western thinkers that contributed a lot of what America was founded upon. I think once we begin to sort of reincorporate those ideas and reconstruct them, and understand the reason why they actually benefit society, I think not only will government benefit from it, culture will benefit from it, and entertainment is sure to follow. And with all that being said, I actually myself got to take off to take care of a few things. Got to gotta keep serving the country as best I can. But
much appreciated.
Well,
nice meeting you.
What?
Nice
I was
meeting
just
y'all.
curious. What? How do you serve? I'm wondering. Like, are you talking about? Are you in the military or?
Well, I'm an active duty Marine right now, so.
Gotcha.
Thank you for your service.
Thank
you
you.
probably
Thank you
serve
all.
with a few Puerto Ricans.
I serve with people of all kinds of backgrounds, believe me. But and Dan, if you're still here at Fragaboom, I wanted to let you know I emailed you a video of. Admittedly, it is a Christian pastor, but he does talk about the distinction between social justice and the traditional conservative aspects of justice. Now, of course, being a minister himself, he's going to pull a lot of more Christianized ideas, but it is a lot more. It does represent both sides of the argument, and it does affirm the beneficial realities behind the more conservative ideas of justice. So be sure to check that out. And for those of you that don't know, it's by forget his name escapes me at the moment. He's a pastor. His first name is Joe, and the best I can, if I can find the video really quick before I go, I'm gonna put the link in the private chat.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Yep. Gotcha.
So
I'll definitely check it out.
Longer.
I used to work with a lot of Marines when we were fixing I used to work on the Abrams and the Fist V and the Paladins, and we used to work with Marines. We were specialized 45K at that time, which means we work on the turret systems. But the Marine had to know the whole tank, and we were getting training from them. We were trained by Marines as far as the AIT, and it was a pleasure to serve with them in that capacity.
Okay, I just posted the link in the private chat for those of you that want to take a look at it.
I will.
But apart from that, I myself gotta depart. Take care. God bless everyone, and hail Comics Gay.
Back at you, brother.
Be well, Baptist.
Be safe.
Take care.
Cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Dan already has it. Dan already has the posted out. Amazing. So
yeah.
Todd,
What's
Frega
happening?
has returned.
Hey, man.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if anybody besides, of course, Frega is a mod here, so I don't think we could put it in the chat anyway.
Frega did. He put it in the chat already 5 minutes ago. I mean, the guy is
Slick
amazing.
Rick is really doing a good job in the chat. Putting
Slick
a lot of
is,
things.
Yeah,
he's the greatest. He's the greatest. He's the greatest admin. Don't get mad, Mike Green. Slick Rick is like fucking. He's got wrench nunchucks. He just fucking.
That's why he's slick.
And he's
Why they
doing
call him
it.
Slick.
I think he's modding like 5 fucking streams at the same time. He's omnipresent, man. That guy.
Oh,
Jeez.
I was about to say because is he?
Hail Slick.
I was wondering if he was like really. I know Green goes the distance to make certain to get you every stream.
Yeah, Green's the man, dude. Green is the homie.
I got the benefit of being retired, so I do get to during the day make this my hobby and kind of get into the streams as I go along about my business during the day in the home.
That's awesome, dude. You know what though, Sketch? I feel like I'm retired because I go about my business in my house. It's just I'm making comics. Why don't you write something, dude? I think you got stories, bro.
Oh yeah, you definitely got stories.
Well, you wanna? I'll show you what. Wait, let me share my screen. I just took your advice and started drawing every day.
Good.
And I wanted to show you what I'm working on. If you want to see it,
I do.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, break that screen out, bro.
It's not like this is not pro stuff. This is just me kind of like doodling a little bit.
If I send you money that makes you a pro, look at that, man. What are you Autodesk Sketchbook Pro? I like that app. I use that app.
Yeah, I kind of like got used to it from. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong. Oh, this didn't save the first layer.
It looks good, though.
I hate when that happens.
You can feel the weight though. There's good weight on the figure.
Well, I started here.
Yeah.
With the skeleton.
Yeah.
And the way I draw is I start with the skeleton, add the muscle, then add the skin, then add the clothes. Some people say I overdo it, but it's kind of like therapeutic, so I just go with it.
Yeah. No, man. We call it procedural when you go through steps like that.
I did this is the kind of stuff I like to do, but I haven't been doing it every day, and I'm starting to do it every day. And I remember you were talking about that, and I'm remembering that you used to like post doodle streams. One of the most memorables for me was the one where you were doing it basically with a twig. You're like, I can ink with a twig. You just grabbed the random twig and started inking. I found that fascinating. Like, yeah, it's kind of a gimmick, but it also gets the interest in there.
Yeah.
And I want to get back to like, every day doing a little bit of getting into the art.
That was a challenge. Somebody, I think I said something about different nibs, and I said you can ink with anything, and they said, can you ink with a stick? I was like, yeah, man, I'll ink with a stick.
Wow.
It was good too. I mean, it looked good.
That's actually a folk art thing.
Good.
That
yeah.
was kind of a trend back
was
in
it?
Yeah. Twig art or something like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Sketch, hold on a second, man. Yeah, dude, I think it's all, George Washington brushed his teeth with a stick and a rag too, so like I think you deal with the materials. Like I feel like we're super lucky with brush pens and shit like that, and now with iPads, and we're super spoiled.
Tell me about it. I got one of those nice screen tablets, and I love drawing on those things too.
Oh yeah.
I can also show you a cyber frog that I did.
Bring it up. Okay. I'm gonna while you pull the file, I'm gonna just do this, and I'm gonna keep an eye on the green room for when you're ready, and we'll pull it in. I see Comic Book Bob in the back room back there. Comic Book Bob has got an angle on his desk. We'll have to bring him in a minute. I see you, Comic Book Bob. Don't go anywhere, my man. We haven't forgot about you, brethren.
He's an artist too, Comic Book Bob?
Apparently. I mean,
I didn't know that.
I'm looking at his thing, and it looks like an over-the-table angle with a little shine on the light. Also in my other tab, I'm looking at Ethan and John Malin. John Malin, who said, give me a minute, I'll be in your stream in a second, is not coming to this stream. That bastard. Tricked me. He tricked me. But the thing is Ethan had ham and I had bacon, and you know what?
Oh yeah. You won the bacon argument.
I know I did, but
with brute force.
Brute force, man. I tried something that I'd never tried before. I made a couple of variations. I made 3 variations. That's something your sister made, son.
Oh, it's the thing which Belle made.
Yeah.
Out of those hangers which mom take off.
That's right. Okay. Exactly. He's the justice. He goes around telling on everybody. He's the justice boy. So I tried brown sugar. Somebody in the chat had said put brown sugar on it. I wanted to try something new: brown sugar and cayenne pepper. Yeah, different. Yeah, and holy crap! You
just gotta watch it though. You want to get thick cut, and you gotta watch it because it becomes a liquid.
Yeah,
you don't want it to the liquid to start to turn black.
Oh no,
even if the bacon it doesn't overcook, but the blacking of the brown sugar will create like acidic taste.
See, you're doing it, Todd. My show always evolves into a cooking show. Every fucking time. Every fucking
Comic book cooking.
Yeah. So what I do is and people think I'm weird this way, but whenever I cook, it doesn't matter if I'm cooking eggs or boiling water. The 2 things that I am always thinking about is heat and proximity. So like when I put the bacon in the oven, I have it at 425, which is a constant heat. But I'm also bring it down to the second to bottom rack, so there's a bit of space. So if the higher up it goes, the less time you have before the blackness, the farther down. You get a little bit of time and a little bit of forgiveness. And I need forgiveness like a boy in church. Like that's how I cook. That's how I cook. But very, very good insight, man. Yeah, and VIP says it. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? Put a little cayenne on it. You'll find it tastes really good. Sketch, are you ready? Are you ready with the
this one will show the process because I do the Procreate thing where it turns it into a 30-second video.
Yeah.
If you
I just wanted to play the video.
Bad. That's cool.
Let's take a look.
Well,
I love
really
it.
nice.
Great pose, man.
And I was trying to learn how to do some thumbnails because I don't really know how to do thumbnails, so I was trying to learn. And I did that other one, and because it's in the same video, it kind of like cut this video a little shorter, but you kind of see the process on this one too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, I'm more of an animator than just a sketch guy, but can I show off a little bit too?
Yeah. Let's do it. Where we at? Who was that talking?
That's Timbertone Dan.
Oh,
the other
Timber.
Dan.
Yeah. Your name's Dan too, man. What a good name. You're lucky, bro.
I told you that last time.
That's right.
Let's
right. I meet so many Dans. One time we had 3 Dans in here, and we just called ourselves 3D.
3D.
Make certain. Let me. I got one of those double screens, so I'm trying to figure out how to just show the one screen.
If you go down to share, it depends on your browser. That's the thing. People are like, click the thing that says share audio, and I can't.
It doesn't work on Firefox. That's on Chrome.
Right.
Let's. Oh, it doesn't work on Firefox?
No.
The audio control. That's why I muted the browser on my side, because on Firefox when I share the screen, it's gonna automatically share the audio.
Okay,
that's the experience I've had.
Let's see if this works. If I'm not ruining this.
I see it. I see you. You on you, and your Twitter. There's your Twitter.
Yeah, I got a tiny little one that I'd like to boot up at some point, but we'll get there. Anyway, I'll just show off a couple things since I'm working on it. Like right here is I have a friend who's got like these little cartoon characters. Think more Looney Tunes stuff, but I ended up trying to make a little character development with this, for instance. Moving on down. Also, this is going to make some noise, but
that's a cool dog. That screaming dog thing. That's cool as shit.
Yeah. So what that is in the animation community on Newgrounds, they do these reanimation type of things, like taking old stuff and reanimating it, like having a bunch of people do like 15-second little situations or a few seconds. And this is just one of the things I'm working on. I was going to do some of the Resident Evil dogs from the intro to the very first game.
That's very cool, man. What are you sketching in?
Oh.
What are you doing your what are you doing your animation in?
Clip Studio Paint is what I use.
Okay.
I'm mostly digital. Used to do stuff traditionally, even have the old light board.
Yeah.
But I've done a bunch of animation stuff for freelance and all that. This was a while ago. Ended up trying to do some little painting of Paris.
Beautiful.
Let's see. I'm not going to go too far down because then you're just going to see my entire Twitter. But basically, what I was trying to get at was I've done plenty of animation stuff, and I do have more, but I'm just not prepared to show every little thing.
All good, man.
Looking good. I've been sketching on my channel for like 2 years. Well, more than that, like 3 years. But I just sketch as a therapy, so I don't finish a lot of work. But with there is a certain magic. There's a certain place where you get in the zone when you're drawing, that just the rest of your problems and the world just melts away, and you're figuring out this 3-dimensional world inside your head, and it just takes you away from everything. I think writers get in the zone like that too. I'm not too sure, but where you melted yourself into that world. But I just enjoy it. It's just, for me, it's therapeutic.
Oh,
I had another one of those 30-second thingies if you want to. I think this one's even less, 22 seconds if you want to see it. I don't know.
I do.
I actually found one of my old. I made this cutesy fight scene sort of thing. If you want to see that.
Yeah, give us a second. We're gonna take a look at Air Froggy.
Here we go.
That's cool.
Oh, that is. I didn't see it for a second. I couldn't see the backboard until I looked up towards it.
Yeah, I like high detail art. I'm not good with the shadowing or the coloring or any of that stuff, but I'm just kind of like learning, just for therapy's sake. I mean, I guess one day I might be good enough to do a pinup, but I'm not trying to do panel art, nothing like that. I just really enjoy what you guys do. I find it inspiring. And it makes my hobby, my therapy, more inspired. I have more characters that I can draw when I'm in the middle of the bank or in a long place I have to wait a long time, and I'm anxious. People like me, it's like you seen the Terminator when he goes into the factory.
Yes.
And all that stuff that's moving around just tilts the motherfucker. That happens to me. You go into the mall and all this shit, just like, I don't like that stuff. So sometimes I grab the iPad and I sit down and I forget everything around me and I just get into the art.
Yeah, you get into that zone.
What a great platform, Dan, that you're sharing art and creativity with other people. It's very cool.
We got it, man. It's the future. It's the future. Paul Azevedo asks, Couch Doodles, what kind of animation have you done? I was a director on the Ricky Gervais show for season 2 and season 3. I did 26 episodes of that show. I did 25 episodes of Hard Times at RJ Berger, 9 features over at Mattel for Monster High. A lot of directing, not a lot of sitting at the table doing 24 drawings per second. I know how to do that, but I was directing the animators, so that's what I was doing over there.
A quick question: have you ever met Schnepp?
No, who's Schnepp?
Oh, he used to direct Metalopolis before he died. Rest in peace, Schnepp.
R.I.P. Man, damn.
I used to. He was a very much a comic book guy. He ran a comic book show on Collider, but he was a little bit more.
Where did Sketch go? Shit.
Sketch is a hell of an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Come on back, Sketch. We love Sketch. Come on, Sketch. If you're still hearing us, come back. There he is. There you are, Sketch. There you are.
Good.
I think I fell out. Well, okay. There's a lot of shows that I kind of like, and he was a good director. I don't know if you guys directors talk to each other, but I like that show.
Yeah, it was fun. Skip Edwards asks, any Black Flag covers we can see, Ryan Stegman or Rob Willis? I've been told that as soon as Rob Willis finishes the one he is currently working on, he's jumping over and working on the piece for me. Whether it's a cover or pinup, we don't know. I don't give secrets, loose lips and all that. We're going to bring Comic Book Bob in. Does anybody want to volunteer to?
I'll volunteer. I love that you get what you're doing for artists. I will volunteer. Great being with you guys. Thanks for giving me a chance to show the dead. I will be back and join you guys another time.
Why don't we do a stream together soon, dude? Let's talk some more tomorrow. I've been figuring out some new really cool shit that I want to tell you about.
All right, let's hit it up. Well, I'll hit you up in the morning.
Sounds
Adam,
good.
hit me up too. I'll come
Thanks
on.
for sharing your book.
Really nice meeting you, man.
Yeah,
Again,
you too,
thanks
man.
for the book.
Hunt me down, guys. At Comics We Love on Twitter. Hunt me down, and we'll be friends on Twitter. We'll be friends forever. Why not, right, Dan?
That's right. Twitter.
That's how we do it, brothers. All right.
All right,
have a great night, and keep doing what you're doing.
Well.
Sketch, beautiful work. Beautiful work, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
Back College of the Dead, guys. All right, let's bring in Mr. Comic Book Bob. What up, Comic Book Bob? How are you, sir?
How you guys doing tonight?
Doing
Doing
well,
good.
dude.
Doing good.
Fantastic. Let me answer this question real quick before it gets lost in comments. Jake Steinbeck asks, what drawing system do I use? I use anything I can get my hands on. I use a lot of analog. I do a lot of sketching and sketchbook, a lot of pen work. I use Procreate on the iPad Pro a lot. I've used Clip before. I'm not too crazy about Clip, even though I like it. And I do a lot of storyboard work with Photoshop, old version of Photoshop, like CS5. But anything I can get my hands on. What are you working on?
Some people prefer Manga Studio, the older version.
Oh yeah. What are you working on, Comic Book Bob? Show us what you got.
I don't know how well you can see it.
We can see it.
It's mostly blue line right now.
Yeah.
I
can see a face.
Yeah, I'm doing the bride from Graveyard Shift.
So
cool,
nice.
My man.
I don't know how much of it you can see because, like I said, it's blue line and it's pretty light.
Yeah,
of CD cups, more or less.
Those are actually smaller than they were. That's the funny part. They're actually smaller than they were because I'm like, this is a little ridiculous. So I had to drop it down.
Paul Acevedo asks, are you still in contact with the artists from Extreme Studios and Maximum Press? Yeah, I still talk to most of them. I mean, there are a few that I talk to rarer than others, but I'm on good terms with all of my old Extreme guys. So yeah, yes. The answer is yes. Exactly.
Curious, you ever heard of TV Paint?
I have
That's
not
another
heard.
animation software that
Wait,
I
I
use.
have heard. I have heard of TV. When I had when I was working on Hard Times at RJ Berger. No, it wasn't called TV Paint. I'm sorry, it was called USA Animate. Yeah, I'm like TV Paint. Yeah. No, TV Paint. I've never used it.
It was big in Europe. It's gotten interest with a bunch of old Disney guys, but anyway, I ended up getting it, and it's pretty cool for animation as well. But
what do you like about it?
What I really love is that it has a built-in feature for coloring where you can literally just put in colored dots for drawn images, and it will fill it up for you. So I've used it.
Have you ever used Toon Boom Harmony or anything like that?
Yeah, I've used. I remember when it was still called Toon Boom Studio. I was using that for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah, and before they even got into the big, they started using like little maps to be able to like draw everything together to connect them, like all the different effects.
There was a studio I did work for called Bento Box. They do like Bob's Burgers and some other stuff, but they're almost exclusively a Toon Boom studio. Like they insist that you storyboard in Toon Boom. All of the timing and model sheets and everything are done there, and those go out to Harmony to be animated. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. We are at an hour and 25. We're gonna wrap up in about 5 more minutes.
I got a question for you, Dan.
Yeah, Todd, what's up?
Any of the guys, like you talked about working at stream studios, you keep in contact with some of these guys. Yeah. Any of these guys coming back to comics that have gone into animation like yourself, like Jeff Matsuda, any of them coming back?
The last I saw Jeff, the guys who left and went into animation were Sam Liu, Jeff Matsuda, Chap Yape, myself. There were some guys from Wildstorm like Dan Norton that went into animation. He ended up at Riot. The issue is they're doing a lot of stuff. Like Jeff's working on the new He-Man, the one that's over on Netflix. Chap, I'm not sure what Chap's doing, but last I heard he was on Jackie Chan Adventures, staying busy. And I'll tell you, the animation business keeps you really very busy. And just, to be fully transparent, it pays like 3 or 4 times. Well, there we go. Matt Yackey says it. No one wants to take a pay cut. Matt Yackey said it best. So yeah, it's really like you really have to love it, and that's like for me. I had this sort of, I don't know what to say other than like an itch, like a one that couldn't be scratched unless I did it. My characters were nagging me every day to draw. And to create. So that's what ended up making me come back to comics. Is like I couldn't not do it.
Have you ever talked to those guys about crowdfunding, Dan?
I haven't. No, because you know what? Up until a week ago, I wasn't really sure about it. I went in.
Speak from experience.
Yeah, I went in seeing the example of other people, but I couldn't speak from my heart. And
are you planning on it?
Yeah, definitely. I want to tell everybody. I want to tell the world about it, man. Yeah. For sure.
But this
I'm just curious.
This is some stuff that I did that's actually more complete.
Oh, go with Comic Book Bob first if you want. I don't know.
Bob,
he was showing something off.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, man.
Yeah, this is a Battle Maid Knuckle Bomb. I'm not quite done with this one yet.
What are you inking with?
Right?
Oh.
What are you inking with, man? That's super.
Yeah, that's Kyung Lee. Yeah. I'm just I'm not very good with. I've tried to use brush and nib. I'm not very good. And if you can really focus on it, you can see the inking on this. It really isn't all that great.
Oh, give yourself a break, bro. That metal looks
That's professional.
Good. That metal.
That's some so Colossus level Marvel stuff right there.
That's Battle Maid Knuckle. That's and the villain from the first book. Here's a Batman that I did for a friend of mine, and he never came and got it.
This is very top level. I like it.
This is just pencils.
Dope, dude. When you inking that one up?
I'm scared too. I don't want to ruin it.
You know what you can do? You know what you can do, dude? Is scan it.
Yep.
Take it into Photoshop. level it down to non-photo blue, print it out on a board in non-photo blue, and keep your pencils. If you fuck up, who cares?
Yeah, I'm trying to save up enough where I get a printer that can print out at that size.
I like that face. Let me see that face. That's nice.
Oh, the Batman or the?
No, the lady's face.
Oh yeah, this is
is that-
this I did this this is Alita from Battle Angel Alita. Did that when the movie came out.
Yes, but that was Alita.
I'm a big fan of that movie. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, and I actually I drew this live streamed it, and then I made a time lapse of it, and I actually put it in there where I screwed up on her. You see here, like part of it's just all black. I tried to do like some kind of like a circuitry pattern into it, and I completely botched it up. And I was like, I'll scan it into Photoshop one day and I'll fix it. But
I think it looks fantastic though.
And then I did a Black Panther.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now I wish I could learn how to do this. I know I'm like very basic level, but this is fantastic.
It's just do it every day, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking your advice.
Yeah, man. You do that. Do it every day. Instead
of smoking weed?
Well, no.
Yeah, that too,
I say do it all.
Draw every day.
draw and smoke weed every day.
That's pretty much it, man. But you gotta draw and to do it every day. But like I do streams with Jimmy Reyes and
Jimmy's talented, man. Jimmy's really good.
Yeah, he is, man. And we just did a stream this Saturday. We had Dave Finch and Robert Marzullo on there.
Excellent.
And I'm talking to these guys, and they're like, Tom was like, yeah. So we're all Arsenal here, and I'm in my back of my head, I'm going, I'm nowhere near where you guys are.
Yeah, Robert Marzullo's good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like you said, man. You just got to do it every day, and you get a little bit better every time you lay some lead down.
Amen.
But hey, Death Metal.
Yeah,
what's up, brother?
Metal from the house. What up, Blue?
Good to see you, brother.
We've got channel memberships, and we got all that stuff figured out. Michael Green and I. Michael Green is super duper gangster, second in command on this channel. He's helping take care of things. And
is it true that the more members you get, the more stickers we get?
I don't know how that works, man.
I know that they have certain slots. I don't really know how it works, but I think I like the fact that even if I forget or I haven't super chatted in the month, I got that automatic going in there.
Yeah, I think it has to deal with the levels. So there's a 199 level, which is like all of the you get a wallpaper, you get a couple of wallpapers a month, which is not just Black Flag art. It's a bunch of other stuff that you could put in there. We got color art, line art, and then you get custom emojis and badges. So you can pop stuff in the chat. So that's at the 199. At the 499, you get everything that 199 gets. Plus, we will be doing a couple of private members only Q&As. We'll have a StreamYard like this, but it's closed.
Maybe I have to re-up up to the higher level.
Yeah, so there's that one. That one's going to be a lot of fun. And then the one that's last, which is the 999, is everything above. So stickers, badges, wallpapers, plus the actual physical stickers, which will be sent to you in the mail, which will be a sticker pack every month with, again, not just Black Flag stuff. You'll get Couch Doodle stuff. You'll get future stuff and other goodies that I get made, like buttons and things. But I'm not telling people everything. Gotta get crazy. My brother's in the chat. He says this stream is way more chill than last night's stream. That was nuts. Yeah, it was crazy. We got.
Hey, Robert, crazy. How you doing, man?
You guys are talking about my old dragon slaying days. Anyway, what we like to do, Todd, is I do this thing where we go clockwise, and it starts with the guest over here, which is you, sir, where you get the floor for a minute. You could talk about anything you want. It could be about your book. It could be inspirational words for the folks. It could be a recipe. It doesn't matter. You get a whole minute, dude. It's yours. Take the floor, sir.
All right, bring up what I got on my screen, and let me just say that I'm big into this creator-owned world that we're creating, the sort of indie revolution, actually, because there always was a revival, but this is a revolution, and I've always been one to tell people, much like Sketch is doing, get off the sidelines and create, because you never know where it'll go, who you can end up working with, and what kind of communication you can make by making friends. And if you have something that you're passionate about, then do it. I've always been passionate about what I'm doing, and Florida Man was going to be one of the best things I've ever done. So I hope everyone will get on that sign up page and let me know. We're going to send out a survey. What perks you want? We got trading cards. We got a postcard that I did that's much like the Copper Tone ad. So wait till you see some of the stuff. There's a lot of
wait, man.
There's a lot of cheesecake and there's a lot of action.
I'm hoping you can make my home state look beautiful at least.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Todd, this is just a piece of advice, and this is not a knock on Mike. He needs to put your name in there. It's not just...
I got on that as soon as you said it.
And I'm not saying it in like a militant way. What I'm saying is, like, dude, you're a major piece of this. I'm a Mike Barron fan, obviously, but I'm now a fan of yours, Todd. But I want to see your name out there. Like, that's super important.
I appreciate that, and that was great advice. And I've been sharing that out all day, but I didn't realize my name wasn't there. But I appreciate that.
Hey, man.
There's going to be always a little bit of editing that's done with the campaign throughout it, so it's an easy fix.
Yeah, man. And then, Todd, what I like to do is I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. I'm a big fan of Tribe Called Quest, where they say, "Can I kick it?" Yes, I can. So once you've had your minute, you get to choose how you get kicked. Do you want to get kicked with a kung fu chop, or do you want to get kicked with a military Doc Martin style boot?
I thought you were going to say bacon. I'll take the military chop.
The military chop. You want a little bit of each. Hassan chop. All right. Thank you, Todd, so much for coming in. We had a good time with you. Please come back anytime.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, Mr. Bruce, the floor is yours. You have a minute, sir.
Alrighty, I'm going to be getting together with a friend of mine who did that piece of Alien vs. Predator that I sent you. I'm also going to send you pretty soon a picture that he just did, and I'm supposed to get together once this whole quarantine thing is all done together with him and have coffee, and we're supposed to shoot the breeze on some stories, and he's looking into possibly doing a crowdfunding book, which I would like to help him on.
Excellent, dude.
Yep.
Excellent. Mr. Bruce, how do you want to get kicked?
Let's see. I'll take the kick. You already did the chop.
The kick. All right. Oh, can I kick it? Yes, I can.
See you, didn't know if he was going to respond.
Yeah, I was waiting. Thank you so much, Gary. We'll see you on the next one, homie. Dan Timbertone, my man, my animating Danimation. What you doing, man? You got the floor. 1 minute.
Hey, dude. Number one, thanks for letting me on. Number two, I want to make that Twitter bigger, so I'm going to work on that.
Put it in the private chat. Put it in the private chat right now. Put it in there.
Okay, because you said that I'd still get a chance to put in that small fighting animation that I was going to show.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring your screen up. But also, let me. I want to share your Twitter in the chat so they can sign up.
I think I gave you a little bit extra, but there you go.
Oh, where it says media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. They'll get it, and if they get that extra, nothing wrong with extra. Okay. All right, share your screen, sir.
All right. Doing this one again. Screen one. Boom.
There it is. There it is. All right. Making it big. Here we go.
Okay. And you see what I see?
I see a girl with beautiful violet eyes.
All right. Here we go.
Nice. Whoa, very nice. Now, is that some roto or is that straight out of your spank?
Yeah. A little bit of a cutesy ending. That was more of my friend's extra take on it, but I collaborated with another guy on this where he did the keyframes, and I did pretty much everything else with rendering and in-betweens and all that. But that wasn't rotoscope. That was literally him and I deciding on how to properly set it forth.
Super clean, dude. Really nice.
I like it.
And that's all on ones? It had a very one feeling, that not a lot of two action happening in there.
Majority ones. There were a few twos just to have that little slide over when she goes over the girl when she's doing the little spin.
My man. For those those that are unindoctrinated in the chat or in the panel, ones is a full 24 frames a second. Twos is where you are repeating. So 1 and 2 are the same. 3 and 4 are the same. So you're actually doing you're still doing 24 frames a second, but you're doing 2 for 1.
Over 270 drawn frames right there.
That's right. Gorgeous stuff, man.
Can I ask one last question before you kick me?
Yeah.
Do you know Trent Kanuga at all? I was thinking when
I love that
when
guy.
we're talking about guys who went from comics to animation. He's even on YouTube now, and I'm surprised you or EVS hasn't talked with him, since I know that. Well, he was in the Harris stuff too with Creed.
Yeah, no, I've briefly chatted back and forth with him. We just followed each other on Twitter, and I was mentioning how he needs to be bringing something back, because both Ethan and I we're bringing 94 and 95 back, and Creed was a major part of that.
He does so much stuff. He does games. He does books. He does a lot of art. He teaches art. That guy is amazing.
Have any of you guys heard of Twilight Monk at all? He's been working on that recently.
No,
Twilight Monk. He's doing that big graphic novel stuff for his video game company, and so it's actually pretty cool art if you ever get the chance to look at it. Twilight
always
Monk.
good. Love to see him around. Great guy.
All right, Dan. You have a choice. In fact, you can do column A, column B, or just invent a column C. How would you like to be kicked, sir?
If you could do it, I'd love to go with the sound of bacon.
I can't do. Well, I can. Let me see what I can do right now. Just the sound. You're saying the small. You want the sound.
I'm trying to go easy on you.
Okay, all right. I have to grab.
And if Malin's still in the chat, it's my little way of getting back at him for going.
He's
after
not.
bacon.
He's not. He's a ODB, old dirty broadcaster. He's over on Ethan's stream right now. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
Listen to that bacon sizzle.
That's for you, bro. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold this up. There's your bacon. And doesn't taste like chicken. Fragaboom be kicking. All right, my man. Thank you so much, Dan, for joining. It was a pleasure having you. Always welcome. Comic Book Bob. No, actually, Comic Book Bob. That was a false start, my friend. Sketch, what happening, dude? You have a minute. The floor is yours.
I'm gonna give you guys a message. I'm a customer, and a lot of you guys are creators. Now, if you guys have been here for a while, you're starting out. Do not be disheartened on the eve of your victory. Everything that we wanted is happening. We're getting people that are doing distribution. There's different model. There's the boutique model. There's people that are doing newsprint. There's people that are getting in the big stores. This is going to take us worldwide. Yes, there's going to be a lot more competition, but we're also seeing everything that we wanted happen. We wanted the customer respect. We wanted a return to a little bit of more power to the individual creator. Everything we wanted to happen is happen. And, don't be disheartened on the eve of your victory. You may have more competition, but you keep at it and you keep up with the values and the things that we've always talked about, and you will have your success. Merit is always going to be successful here, and we're always going to praise that. So, stay strong, have that thick skin, get in the chats, talk to the people, shake hands, and build your platforms. Absolutely know that we have attained our victory.
Oh yeah, Sketch, my man, always hitting us with the jewels. Dropping jewels, mother. Yeah, I censored myself.
One last piece of advice. You should always have 2 pitches ready, 2 elevator pitches. One pitch is for your story. One pitch is for your team. What have they done? What are they good at? Blah, 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 past and the story. And you have those 2 pitches ready at any time. Imagine you're going to bump into an elevator with Mr. Dan Fraga, with Mr. Todd Fader, Mr. Caesar, Hail Caesar Caligula, Mr. Coach Malin.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, man. All right, Sketch. How do you want to be kicked, man?
Military.
Military. All right. 10 hut. We're going to march on up. And kick. All right, my man. Thank you, Sketch, for joining us. We will see you on the next one, my friend. All right, Comic Book Bob. What is happening, man? It's just you and I. And then you do the Diana Ross part.
I don't remember the Diana Ross part,
you
man.
and I. That's our endless love, bro. You have a minute. The floor is yours. I'm going to give you your own screen. Last one in the house with the Travis Charest and the side profile of a good torso. Oh.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Always, man.
This kind of stream is these are the kind of streams I think that we need to have more of, just connecting with each other and everything.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of which, check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing more drawing stuff like this on there. I kind of got away from it for a while, but it is what I love to do. And
is yours Jimmy the Art God or
no,
Comic Book Bob?
Comic Book Bob.
I'm going to grab your link, my friend, and pop it in the chat. You guys check out Comic Book Bob's stream. And I've seen you on other streams, man. You are a very prolific man.
I get around, man. I get around. But Jimmy and I, we do streams all week long. We bring on guests and we open it up to the chat, and so you can come on just like we did this last weekend. We were bringing in fans, and they were able to talk to Dave and Robert and Jimmy, and just connecting with these professionals on a much more personal level. And that's the kind of thing I really think we need to do. You can also check me out over on RT Bear's channel every Friday. We do his Pontificators podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Check all those things out. And give me the I'm a Bruce Lee fan too, man. So give me that. Hurrah!
All right. Hold on. Let me think right now. Don't think. Feel. It's like a finger pointing away to the moon. Slap. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all of the heavenly kick. You just got kicked, bro. That was all from the heart. That was from the heart. Comic Book Bob, as always, sir, great to have you. I have been your host, Fragaboom. I may or may not go over to EVS's stream. I know I need to urinate like a man with a horse problem. I don't know. Dad jokes all day, every day. You guys be good to each other. And this is the thing I say. You're going to find it on the challenge coins. Actually, let's check in real quick. Why not check in one last time on the Black Flag campaign? Last we checked, we were at 92,960. That is $40 away from 93. I'm scared to hit refresh because if it hits 93, I'm going to be excited. And if it doesn't, I'm still going to be excited. This is an incredible number. I have you guys to thank. Let's take a look. We hit 93,032 with 1,143 backers. Incredible. I want to thank you guys so much. Randy Siplon, what up, my friend? Good to see you up in here, my man. Good to see you, sir. As always, a very familiar and welcome face in the house. Michael Green, as always, my man, thank you so much. And extra thanks for your help today. We got a post office set up, which we will be sharing. The memberships are all locked down. Things are good. Wirecast is getting all linked up. Wirecast is going to blow your mind. If you guys haven't seen, go to wirecast.com and see what we can do. We're going to have full-on graphics. It's going to take this familiar StreamYard and blow it up in a crazy, amazing way. My name is Fragaboom, a.k.a. Dan Fraga, and you have been watching the Couch Doodles Live. I want to thank you guys so much. I will see you on the flip. Tomorrow we'll be doing something fun. Please do me a favor, and over here, down below me, you're going to see a notification bell. select that to hit all so you can find out when we're going to go live. I'm working on new things that let you be informed so you can actually schedule that shit, which would be good. And if you're brand new and haven't subscribed before and you like what you're seeing, please do it. I would love it. I would love to share with you some ninjutsu, or imagine ninjutsu, as I call it, from the Couch Doodles Dojo, on how to get what's inside your mind out. Whether you're a writer, penciler, inker, painter, it's all about creating. And as I always say, be and do your best. I'm out. You guys, as Spock would say, live long.